Hey everyone, this is TwaithianX and welcome to the second Clan Wars video. This game was the closest game we had for the campaign that I can remember, and it was against another ANZ clan, 1AR, a former powerhouse of the ANZ server in terms of competitive modes. They've fallen off a bit recently, but this match showed that they could still pull out some gaming, let's put it that way. As you will see, they took a relatively weird lineup, and particularly for this map, but they made it work pretty well. Who wins? Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. As you can see here, it's a very similar lineup for us compared to our last one, where I showed you, I think it was that win against Bricked on Prokorovka. We've got myself in the Leopard 1, How To Calling in the 907, Admiral in the E5, Solus in the 780. We've also got that BZ277 and Supercon, so you can see that we really like to take versatile tanks. Some slightly slower, slightly heavier hitting, some with slightly better DPM and gun depression, and you can see here, they hard pushed the hill with their couple of tanks, and we've got the BZ and the 907 up there trying to counter it. I've encountered a Leopard here doing essentially the same thing that I want to do, but getting that shot off against them early has meant for me, and that awesome shot on the move as well. Admittedly, they also did the same thing, has meant that I believed that I could go and get this guy killed, but unfortunately I got hit by a mouse from the middle of the map. Having a mouse on Malinovka is, well, it's a little bit strange, but you know, that's what they had and they made it work. At this point you can see our BZ and 907 have run off the hill. How To is going to come and support me on this flank with the Leopard, and at this point a second mouse gets spotted. Really quite strange, quite hard to play against, and their Leopard is able to run after I don't quite manage to pen and just take their tracks out instead. At this point our 780's pushed up, 907's coming around to help me, and we do have a bit of cap pressure on the 277, although they were finding it quite difficult with the mice to deal with them. And at this point we can see that this is going to be a slightly slower, slightly more strategic game. Two mice is a lot of hit points to deal with, and who knows, their last couple of tanks might be heavy tanks as well, and in that case, there goes How To, almost going for a bit of a swimmer. That would have been a bit of a disaster. Who knows, probably would have lost us the game. In fact, I reckon it would have lost us the game if we even did win it in the first place, which you guys are yet to find out. But it definitely would have in the what will turn out to be quite a close game. 2B would have turned out to be a game-losing event. Here we can see the BZ75 in a position to shoot that Chillin, and somehow I managed to bounce off the top of a Leopard 1. Bit of a disaster, because that could really take a while to kill now, and here you'll see me for the next little bit just try and sit here and blind fire this Leopard and hope to hit them, and my pen ratio at the end of this game ends up being pretty tragic because of these blind fires. I think I try and put about 4 in before we change our plan and what's going on, and really not much is changing. VZ55 has pushed up on the hill, the Chi-Lin has pushed up through the middle, and that has made this quite difficult for us. The BZ75 getting pushed up on the hill by the IS-7 and the VZ55 is in a really awkward position, particularly with those two tanks coming through the middle, and at this point we need to start moving as the medium tanks. We are too far out of the fight, they are all spotted, we know where they all are, and we suspect that that Leopard has run away as well, so we have to try and go kill him as much as we can. Fortunately we get shots in the side of the mouse by myself and How To, and we can start chipping away the hit points of that tier 10 gem super heavy tank. Bit of an unlucky roll there for me on 320, and this mouse on 1200. Because they are sitting so far back makes it quite difficult for them to pen. They at least have some idea of how to angle their tank, and even though they're on 700 hit points, I am just going to tell you that this mouse player managed to block 8,000 damage through this game, which is enough to kill that tank 2 times over, heck more than 2 times over, probably 2.5 times over depending on what equipment they are running. Fortunately enough, unfortunately enough, I missed that shot, but that mouse is still alive, and they're just getting further and further away. But that mouse angle's a little bit worse. Unfortunately, I managed to loop one over the ridgeline to put into them, but as this is happening, our heavies are getting annihilated on the other side, with that E5 now surrounded by 4 enemy heavy tanks, and as far as I'm aware, we are down by 3,000 hit points. Now, I don't know if that Qilin is still full health, but as far as I'm aware, they are. That will make a little bit of a difference, but even so, we are down a lot of health, and we still have a leopard on our side as well. There's 277 in an awkward position in cap, and the 780 is in a tough spot if the Kampfpanzer and IS-7 decide to move more around to the 3-4 line. At this point, we decided we're down. If we don't get this leopard killed, then we are going to lose this game, because he's just going to farm us in the rear. And that was my job. I had more health than the leopard, and theoretically could take that extra shot. He wasn't in where I expected him to be initially, although I did get spotted and unfortunately shot by the VZ, which made life quite difficult for me. So I wasn't really 100% sure where the leopard was at this point. I knew he'd be in the bushes somewhere at the back, but I didn't know exactly where. I went for a bit of a swim myself. 780 dies, as I suspected would happen with the IS-7 and Kampfpanzer pushing around a little bit. And here the race is on. They have map control, they've got the leopard at the back, we've got the 277 on the cap, which is good. Cap pressure is always massive, and I happened to be able to put a shot into this VZ-55 because their leopard was not able to spot me. Just using that ridge in quite a clever way to avoid fire from the leopard and give the 907 time to get around, and 10 seconds left on the cap. Are we able to get it? Oh, the leopard rushes me. He penned his shot, nice high roll, and I do not pen mine, and 1 second left on the cap, and the 277 gets reset. What a disaster. He gets reset, and now we're in a 3v3 situation with myself and 20 health. I miss a kill shot on the VZ-55. Who knows if that's going to be the game-losing shot or not. I even made sure to aim that even more. And you can see here the 277 getting pushed out by both heavy tanks, so I had to go around the side and make sure to try and shoot them. 277 gets a great shot off on the Kampfpanzer. And now it is a 3v2 situation, although we are down 700 hit points. I put one into the back of the IS-7. 277 dies, and now it is myself on 20 health, and how two with the rest of our 550 health on top of that. And here it is quite an unnerving situation. The VZ is one shot, the IS-7 is a one shot. Here I get told initially to come back around the other side. It was suggested to me to be safer, and then I just realised they both get spotted. What am I doing? I'm just trying to throw this game, am I? I'm wasting time, and hopefully that doesn't impact too much. Hopefully the IS-7 doesn't get away from where I'm able to shoot him. Here I have to come up high. I have to come up high to try and shoot that VZ so I don't get the jump, but I have to hope to get that shot on the IS-7 first, so I drive, keep driving. And fortunately he hasn't escaped my render range yet. I aim, and just as he's about to leave my render range, we get the IS-7 killed, currently sitting on 4.7k damage. There's a VZ-55. I'm a one-shot for that VZ. Half 2's a one-shot for that VZ, and I know here I have to get the kill. So I pop up over this ridgeline expecting him not to have the gun depression, but he does. They miss the shot, and I hit a clutch shot into the cupola of the VZ, and we come away with this win with 100 hit points between us at the end of the game. What a phenomenal game. Only a minute and a half left, hardly any hit points between it, and what's more is we went into this game with so little time left before the end of our primetime window. I think it was about less than 10 seconds left. So this game was a massive win for us after not having the best of days for this day of campaign, but what a way to end that day, that close game. Wow, it was just... yeah, I mean, it shows you why I love the Leopard 1. And I love the Leopard 1 during this campaign. The Leopard 1 on this map for me works so well. One of the reasons for that is there's this spot back by the bush which you can actually shoot into cap for, and was a brilliant spot for resets. So many close games where I managed to get the reset with 3 seconds or less. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed our closest game in campaign and we came away with a win on top of that, then make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Another thing, I should be at this point affiliate on Twitch, so if you want to come along and watch some gameplay live, both of World of Tanks and of some other games as well, like Forza TM 2020 and a couple of FPS games, then jump across to my Twitch. The link is in the description and is also in my profile section. So come along to that, hit the follow button there, maybe drop a sub if you're really enjoying it. And yeah, thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.